we closed the vote on the 14th for the 14th time that we voted to reopen the government and pass the short-term clean continuing resolution. I remind people every time I talk about it that Chuck Schumer just voted for the same CR back in March earlier this year. He voted for exactly what the Democrats are shutting down the government for the 14th time yet today. I don't think being nice to the Democrats, though, is going to win them over to play, being friendly and trying to negotiate with them and give in or give them something in the deal is going to win them over. It's going to be at the end of the day, it's going to be the political pressure. I mean, I don't know if you just saw that Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy, my former colleague in the House, just announced that because of all of the air traffic controller issues and TSA agent issues due to the shutdown, they might have to shut down air travel in big parts of the country next week. I mean, that's the reality of what the Democrats have caused in this country is a total mess. And don't forget that it was reported a couple of weeks ago that a senior Democrat Senate staffer on the floor of the Senate said out loud that we're going to keep the government shut down until planes start falling from the sky. I mean, that's how crazy these Democrats are, that they're playing.
Who said that?
They're playing a very
missed
dangerous
that.
game
Planes
with
falling from the
American
sky?
people through the shutdown. I mean, that's what they believe because they hate Donald Trump. And when I talk about not coming here to socialize with these, how can you be friends with a Democrat colleague on the other side of the aisle who hates Donald Trump so much that he wants to screw that he or she wants to screw the people in this country by shutting down the government and all of the ramifications that come with that? Well, I served in the military. I wore the uniform, and right now I'm thinking about those young sailors, those enlisted sailors, 23 years old, probably on a base in somewhere like Norfolk, Virginia, and they got babies at home that they're trying to feed and a wife and trying to make ends meet. And you got these Democrats shutting down the government and literally playing with their lives of these young service members. So enough is enough. You're right. We need five Democrats to come to their senses and tell Chuck Schumer to go pound sand and come and vote alongside Republicans to reopen the government. But there's no signs of that today. We just closed the vote, and the vote is exactly the same today as it was 4 or 5 weeks ago. Only a few Democrats joining Republicans, 55 votes, need 5 more to come on board. And outside of political pressure from the Democrat base telling them to give it up, which they're getting. I mean, the public sector, the government unions are telling the Democrats to give it up. I mean, that's the biggest source of funding for Democrats in this country are the government unions, and they're telling the Democrats that it's past time to give this up. It's bad for the people that supported the Democrats to begin with. So it's going to take a lot more of that to push Democrats to come to their senses and do the right thing.
Who was that senior Democrat you talked about that said planes falling out of the sky? Who was that?
It was a Democrat staffer. It's been widely reported. There's not. It wasn't. It was reported in print that this staffer was heard saying that, and you can find that online. But I think that's what these Democrats really believe. I mean, they want to cause as much pain and chaos because Donald Trump is in the White House. They want this to be they want this to be chaotic. They want people to be hurt in the process, and that's I think that one quote sums it up pretty well of what they really believe.
The Trump administration started to put together this list of illegal immigrants receiving Medicaid. We hear a lot from Democrats that's not happening. This is an anecdotal list of at least 8 that we can see here confirmed illegal immigrants on Medicaid. And it's something that I want to bring up with you today and talk about is how much of these welfare benefits are actually going to people that should not be receiving them. And it's not just Medicaid. We've begun the conversation here on both of our shows about SNAP benefits. You know, we have the stats that show 50% of households headed by an illegal immigrant are receiving food welfare. Now, SNAP, and to the extent that it's funded, and it looks like right now about half of it's going to be funded, is a political football. It's one meaning it's a leverage and blame tool right now. Democrats say it's Republicans' fault. Republicans are saying you're the one shutting down the government, so you're the one causing SNAP. But I do think that the deeper conversation is SNAP being used. 42 million Americans, 1 in 8, 12% of the population on food welfare, and Who knows how much of that is going to illegal immigrants?
Yeah, we don't know. I'm glad the administration is highlighting these cases because Democrats say that this doesn't happen, and it obviously certainly does happen. That you have illegals on who are getting SNAP benefits, who are getting Medicaid, the abuse in these systems. Well, there are certainly many Hoosiers who who are on hard times that are eligible for SNAP, who should receive it. Right now that's at risk because of the Schumer shutdown. So Chuck Schumer is causing the pain for those people who really do need it. But Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have shut down the government, and they're arguing for health care for illegals and many of these welfare benefits for illegals. That's who they really care about, instead of those working class voters that we were talking about a little bit ago. Those people who pay taxes and work hard, and that these benefits are designed for.